Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Asị m nke onye chiri ya zere. Ihe a bụ Ada Igbo ka ị na-anụ olu ya na Igbo Media n'ụbọchị nke taa. N'Igbo Media anyị na-ewetara unu ọtụtụ ozi gbasara Biafra land maka ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo na mba ndị ọzọ. Ozi nke ụbọchị nke taa si n'aka Deputy Prime Minister Ngozi ORABUEZE. Otu o si ewetara anyị ọtụtụ ozi gbasara Prime Minister Simon Ekpa na ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ ha na-emegasị na Finland iji wee mee ka this our Biafran struggle ka ọ bụrụ ihe nwere isi. Biko ọ bụrụ na ụbọchị tata bụ izi na-esonyere anyị n'iru akwụkwọ, biko echefuna itinyere anyị aka n'iru akwụkwọ, gwakwa anyị ihe iche na comment section and gbasakwa ozi a ka o zuo ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche arụ. Ngwa gere ya ka ọ ha n'uju.
State of Biafra Defense Forces, the United States of Biafra Liberation Army, United States of Biafra Police, Air Force, and Navy. Those are the people that over 50 million Biafrans have entrusted to protect them, and they are doing it day and night. Anything outside this must leave Biafra land. So we appreciate, we thank our defense. As Biafrans are fully aware, we had some reshufflement in the United States of Biafra Defense. Our Honorable Secretary, Solomon Mkwacha, is no longer in the United States of Biafra Defense. So also is our Honorable Onyami and also Ezra Morunobi. They are no longer in the United States of Biafra Defense. They will be reassigned to a different department. The United States of Biafra government has appointed new commanders and generals to help us in this phase, in this final push to stop the terrorists brought in by the Nigerian state in Biafra land. The interim general leading that at this time is Caterpillar, with his team that are doing extremely well in Biafra land at this time to protect every nook and corner of the United States of Biafra territory. They are the only authority at this time that is defending, in charge of the protection of our land. We thank them so much. So Biafrans, this is a major shift in the defense of our land to get us ready to where we are going. So anyone dealing with any of these individuals that we are reassigning, Honorable Mkwacha, Honorable Onyami, Ezamrunobi, is not part of the newly declared United States of Biafra, and they are doing that at their own risk. They are no longer in the USB defense. I also want to use this opportunity to thank the 40 state governors for what they do with their commissioners, filling those critical positions, getting their states ready for our final takeover of our land. Some of them, they think we are joking. They think we are joking. They think we are dreaming. But our Prime Minister told them, you will sleep in Nigeria and you are going to wake up in Biafra land. It is happening in their own eyes. So I thank all the 40 state governors. I thank all the county commanders, the state commanders, district and ward commanders. Continue to do what you are doing. You must be on the streets of Biafra land to drive the terrorists away. The terrorists brought in by the Nigerian state to kill our people, harvest our organs, and destroy our land. The terrorists brought by Soludo and Co. to conduct an illegal election in Biafra land that will never happen. You must be on the streets of Biafra land to protect our people from the terrorists brought in by Soludo and Co. They have no place. There will be no breathing space for them because they are currently criminally occupying a foreign land. They must leave. I want to also use this opportunity to thank all the heads of different missions. We have missions that are headed to international conference in Burkina Faso. We thank them so much. We also thank our lobbyists and our attorneys who are working behind the scene round the clock to ensure that we create one of the best countries in the world. That is exactly what we are doing, both home and abroad. I thank you all so much for your time, your commitment, your energy. We cannot pay you for all these services you render to our people that decided to have their own country, build their own country with the best experts scattered all over the world that have run away because of the terrorist state of Nigeria. And we are glad they are all gradually going back home, enjoying themselves, having parties, doing things on the streets of Biafra land. This will continue to increase because we want to bring our land back to those olden days where our mothers and grandmothers, we play in the marketplaces, we play in the nights, under the moonlight. Those are the glory we are bringing back to Biafra land. And it's already happening under our eye. The security, the serenity that is coming back to Biafra land at this time is courtesy to the United States of Biafran government. We are doing it every single day. While the Nigerian terrorist state with their cronies like Soludo and co continue to test the power of the people, we will ensure that they know that the power belongs to the people. Soludo and co. The United States of Biafra is a sovereign state. The people have voted. You must respect that. You cannot conduct any fraudulent election in Biafra land, in the old Anambra state on November the 8th. The Biafra people have decided on November 8th, no cow, no mouse, nothing will move in Biafra land, in the whole Anambra state. Nothing will move. There will be a total lockdown, shutdown of the whole old Anambra state on November the 8th, 2025. Because the Nigerian state is planning to conduct an unlawful criminal election in Biafra land. And Biafra people have decided that that will not happen. That will never happen. That is why we have all decided to sit at home on November the 8th from 10 p.m. on November the 7th to 7 p.m. on November the 8th. Nobody will be involved in that criminal election organized by the Nigerian state. And Biafrans will prove that to the Nigerian state on that day. There will be absolute, total shutdown in Biafra land on November the 8th. And we invite Finland and co. and those of you that are supporting the terrorist state to observe how Biafrans will speak on November the 8th. I want to use this opportunity to tell Biafrans, do not come out on November 8th because the Nigerian state has deployed the reintegrated terrorists in tankers wielding AK-47 in the old Anambra state. If you come out that day, they will kill you. I'm telling you, they will kill you. And then they will say it is the United States of Biafra government. We don't kill our own. So Biafrans, all indigenous, every visitor in Biafra land, do not come out on November the 8th. Because the Nigerian terrorist state, they will kill you. I'm telling you. They've deployed their armored tanks. Don't waste your life for an election, which they have already decided who's going to be the winner. Don't waste your time. They don't conduct election. They do selection. They do not have the capacity to conduct an election because they don't know what the right of people means. They don't respect the rights of individuals. They don't respect the right of the citizens. So do not support their criminality. As we all know, the election, current election, first ever election for the United States of Biafra is currently ongoing in the state of Ikemba, Odumegwu, and Omambala. That election is ongoing. The results are being recorded in real time. Maybe Honorable Christopher, as we progress, will be able to highlight where we are to the world to see how organized we are, how we are peacefully conducting our election, but at home and online, without any chaos. Election is a civil duty, it's a civil action. But you will all see how militarized the criminally plotted illegal election Nigeria want to forcefully have in our land, how it's going to go down. So we thank all the three contestants for the governorship and deputy governorship in these states that are doing wonderfully well. I am so proud of what you all are doing. And I thank all the Biafrans that are voting, both online and physically at home. I think the early voting will start on November the 1st. Now we're on the pre-early voting stage, and it's just about 2-3 days, and we've recorded good number in these 3 states without any noise, peacefully, the way Biafrans do things. From November the 1st, I believe the early voting will kick off. And then on November the 4th will be the real election day, the final day. By 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. on that day, the final result of the winners of this election will be announced. This is a tip of the type of nation we are building. A nation of discipline, a nation with men and women of integrity and character. That is what we have promised. That is what the United States of Biafra government have promised to build. And that is what Biafra people have promised. We don't want anything that replicates Nigeria in Biafra land. That is why we already have hundreds of people that want to go through the immigration process to be citizens of the United States of Biafra. And we welcome them. We will respect. Everyone that respects our constitution, we will respect the person. So we thank the organizers, the election umpires behind the scene, making sure that everything works smoothly. I'm so proud of you. Keep it up. As you are aware, the Nigerian state is failing by the second. I know you all hear the firing. Tinubu is firing right, left, and center. Christopher Musa is gone with their group of plotters. Do not be moved. They are all the same. What Christopher Musa, Tinubu, all of them, no difference. They have no iota of respect for human dignity, human rights. What they signed when they become a nation, the respect for the human rights of people, the dignity of people, the lives, respect for the lives, safeguarding the lives and properties of citizens. They don't do that. All of them, they are the same. Both Tinubu and the one he's firing, both Christopher Musa, all of them, they are gone. Nigeria is gone. No one can save Nigeria. It's a promise. It's a promise. Nobody. As the United States of Biafra have exited Nigeria, we have spoken that it is our right to do so. So while the bourgeois are busy attacking themselves, firing themselves, hiring themselves, we are going to continuously build our land. Those of you that have read the article, Nigeria, a failed state by 2030, it is coming faster than that because the crime is too much. In those articles, they enumerated those things that will facilitate the destruction of Nigeria. And we're already in that phase, which is a clash of the bourgeois. These and other things are facilitating the destruction of the entity called Nigeria. It is a killing machine. The earlier that entity is destroyed, the earlier people start to live. Every day, Nigeria destroys lives in their hundreds. Many are not reported. Some of the media you have in Nigeria are just paid up media. Even abroad, those that benefit from the crude oil of Nigeria, they suppress their media to report the ills, the killings going on every day in Nigeria. That is why the United States of Biafra exited. So the sacking of these terrorists that call themselves military, and it will not move anything, it will not stop anything, because both Tinubu, Christopher Musa, the same thing, no difference. Nobody should be deceived. They are the same thing, committing the same crime, killing Christians by the seconds, no difference. Some of you have seen how the attorney to Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu Ejimako, how they are holding him. He has not committed any crime. Alo Ejimako is being held by Tinubu and Christopher Musa, even though that one is on his way out. But they are all part of the crime. Alo Ejimako has not committed any crime. And we all heard how he fell. And the maltreatment, not giving him access to anything, not to medical, not to his family. They just want to kill him. Why? Because he's a Biafran, nothing more. We also heard about the arrest of Showore and the rearrest of Showore. That is how the lawless country thrives. They just arrest. Tinubu is the one giving all these orders. Just arrest anyone that try to talk about Biafra. Just arrest anyone that wants to be independent. Just arrest anyone that questions our criminality, our terrorism. Arrest the person. Just throw them inside the jail, even without trial. It does not matter. Nigerians have said no more. Biafrans have said no more. The destruction of Nigeria, no one can stop that. No one. Any country, any foreign country doing any business with Nigeria as a state or with any politician in Nigeria is doing so at his or her own risk. If you have any investment, any business you did with Tinubu or the Nigerian state, you better cancel that immediately or go take your money back. I'm telling you, you are going to lose all that in the next few months, is a promise. More importantly, if you have any investment in Biafra land, you must cancel that immediately for your own interest. On that note, I wanted to also bring to the attention of Biafrans. I know some of you may have seen information flying on social media by these never-do-wells that pretend to be fighting for Biafra or pretending to be doing something. These are mediocres, absolute criminals that have nothing to offer to the restoration of our independence, except create chaos on social media. You all may have seen one that involves the United States of Biafra IT Secretary, Praise Ebu. And again, as the United States of Biafra government moves towards this final stage to start building one of the best countries in the world, we want to ensure that transparency and absolute respect for rule of law, absolute respect for the entity is installed by everyone. There is only one country, the United States of Biafra government, whose leader is Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, and the Deputy Prime Minister, my humble self, Dr. ORABUEZE. Being at this time managed by the United States of Biafra cabinet members, anything outside this is fraudulent. Anything outside this does not exist. Do not be deceived. So, our IT department, most of you are fully aware of some of the sites we use for our ID card, the Biafra Security Administration, and all that, the USB Gov and all that. We wanted to bring it up to the level of what we are presently. And I thank everyone that have served under the United States of government. I thank those that served in the Biafra Republic government in exile, of which, when I was there, I was the chief of staff of the Biafra Republic government in exile. I thank everyone. But as a government right now, we must progress to this new phase we are moving into. So our websites, a couple of them have certain changes we need to make, which is absolutely important at this time, because we get several reports here and there. Sometimes some of our brothers and sisters make donations and they complain they don't get receipts, and a few other things. So we need to update our system to be in line, to be in par with who we are at this time. But for some reason, the secretary, the IT secretary, Praise Ebu, for some reason, I don't know his problem, decided he doesn't want to do that. He tries to make this website as his own personal thing, which is not. He says he's not going to work with this professional body that is trying to help us develop our sites to be what I need it to be what the cabinet needs it to be. Rather than doing that, he decided to constitute a problem for himself. For some reason, whatever he wrote is out there in the public domain. The United States of Biafra government is not owing anybody anything. The only pledge, the only wish is for him to work with this company to help us, just as we are improving different areas, different aspects of the United States of Biafra department. We are improving on that. That is what it must be. The only thing that changes is change. The only thing that is constant is change. You must continue to improve yourself, improve everything we're doing. Just like we have all the United States of Biafra defense and leaders go through the IHL trainings. We want to be the best in the world. That is why we brought in this thing. We pay heavily. We pay for this. Even where we don't pay, even where we have volunteers, we know that we are going to get the quality of what I want, what the government wants. Because I believe that is the only way we can offer best services to Biafrans and to our allies.
ndị be anyị ngwadalụli nnekwu nsi wee na-esore na n'ilu akwụkwọ na Igbo Media beba si wee wetara onye bụ ozi gịnị ka ikwu gbasara maka ihe ndị a niile anyị wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa kapara ketụsa ya bụ ozi ka ọrụtụ ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ n'ebe dị iche iche ntị maka ọ sị ọ nụrụ sị ma gịnị ya kara nwanne ya. Ngwanụ ka emesịa na ụmụnne m.